Okay, in this video, I wanted to just touch on some issues a few people, or more than a few. I've had quite a few users giving feedback that the process of onboarding customers has been pretty difficult, and the thing they're running into is has to do with password changes. Like they're sending out an invite, and there's some confusion sometimes. Like the OTP, they get the OTP, they try to update the password, and they're saying it's not working. I've been working with a couple of users on trying to understand where people are running into the problem. Is it not are the instructions not clear? You get to the screen and it says to put the OTP in. Maybe some people don't know what that is. Or, I do look at the logs and I'll see, for example, in many cases, I'll see the OTP does go out, but then I'll see that it doesn't seem like it completed. They didn't finish the process of creating their password. And so it seems very clear to me that we're going to have to change the workflow on that, like how that works. It's going to have to be simplified. But one of the things that I think is happening is the place where you actually go to change the password, or you're going to update or create the password. There is a password meter on there, and it will say like it's a weak password, it's a good password, it's a great password. What we noticed when I was working with somebody on this was they were putting a password in there, and I think it was kind of weak, but it was letting them click the update. Like it was actually letting them click through, and it would actually give them feedback that it had updated. But when they would try to log in, it just wasn't working. But there was no error message. Like they would click update on the password, and it looked like it saved. But in reality, what it looks like to me is it didn't save. It did not work because I would run the test on it. I generate a nice strong password, and I would put it in, save it, and then I would go log in. It worked fine. I then had the user. I generated another randomized password, a long, nice big strong long one, and had them enter it and change the password, and they said, "Oh, it worked." And then they logged out and logged in again, and it worked fine. So there could be, we're trying to narrow down if it's definitely a bug, but no matter what it is, if there's an issue where the validation rules are basically not correct, like it's in other words the password didn't get saved, it seems to be telling people that it is. And so what it should be telling them is, hey, this, you need to, like, it shouldn't even enable the update or the save button. If the password is not strong enough, it should simply not let you click update. It should not even allow you to try to save it until you've put, a strong password in there, or one that's strong enough, that it meets the standards of the platform. And once you do, then you can go ahead and click save and it will update. So there could be a bug there. And I think if you are somebody who's been also experiencing the same problem or similar problem where your end user is saying, hey, I did this exactly the way you told me, or I followed the instructions and it still didn't work, I couldn't log in. I'm thinking that may very well be the issue. So, but even more importantly, the interface for changing the password or doing like a password reset is going to have to change. The way, I mean, the process is probably going to be some similar in terms of security. Like you can request an OTP. We have to make sure that that it is them, and then they can put the 6-digit code in. But it's going to have to probably be like a step one, step two, step three. This idea right now where everything is on the screen, and then you have three fields open there. One's for the OTP, one's for the passwords. I think we have to get rid of that because it's causing too much confusion. Some people don't know that you have to put the OTP in to that field, or they're putting the OTP in and then they're hitting save because they think that you have to save that first. In reality, you have to put the passwords in as well. So that it should be very crystal clear what to do, and it should be foolproof. And it's right now it allows people to make a mistake too easily, and they don't know why. They're trying to, I often will make a video on here. I'll make a screencast and show here's how you do it, and I'll send it to the user or to the portal staff and say here's how it's supposed to work, and they'll say, oh, okay, I think they're doing it wrong. So that's really our fault because it's the this kind of software should work, and it should be easy to do. If it's too hard to onboard people, it's not going to be good enough. It's not acceptable. It has to be easy. You have to be able to click on get people, logged in and using the portal. If it's too hard to log in, they're just not going to want to use it. And then if you don't have customers using it, then it's not going to do what you wanted it to do, which was like save you time, be more convenient. It helps your brand, makes everybody happy, right? You can log in, pay my bill easily. If it's too hard to use, it's just not going to work. So the purpose of this screencast, this video, is to acknowledge that we are aware of the issue. I think I've figured out what is at least one of the problems that can actually be a bug. We have to tweak the user interface to make it more user friendly. All right, so that's going to happen. That's going to be worked on, and it's going to change. So if you're having a little bit of frustration there, hang in there, because there's going to be an update for it, and it's going to be a lot better.